hello, Dick Cummings here. Now, you may know me as the star of films such as Defecation of Character, How to Drain Your Dragon, and, of course, Full Metal Jack-Off. I thought we might have a bit of a chinwag tonight about my early days. You see, before all the films and accolades and meaningless one-night stands and venereal diseases and whatnot, I was just another humble chap. Still am, really, just like you. I still put my trousers on 3 legs at a time. Now, I grew up in a village north of London called Willywhack. Of course, we natives of Willywhack are known as Willy Whackers. We like to take matters into our own hands. When confronted with a problem, we get a firm grip on the situation and squeeze out solutions. Willy Whackers never beat about the bush, nor vice versa. Now, before I was an actor, I tried to be a stand-up comedian. It did not go well, to say the least, and to show you, I will give you an example of my material. A hillbilly moves into a new neighborhood. Another hillbilly comes over to greet him. He says, "Hey man, welcome to the holler. Glad to have you here." Whereupon the new arrival says, "Well, thanks." To which the greeter replies, "I'm going to throw a party to celebrate your moving here. There's going to be a whole lot of drinking, a whole lot of dancing, and a whole lot of sex." And the new arrival says, "Sounds great. Mind if I bring my favorite moonshine?" At which point the greeter says, "Bring whatever you want. Ain't gonna be but the 2 of us." Yes, I quite agree. Most atrocious, isn't it? Winston Churchill once said that England and America were 2 countries divided by a common language. So I think something was lost in the translation there. I like the humor. Now, when I was a lad in England, I was absolutely obsessed with the American Westerns. I especially liked the actor, you may remember, Boyle Lancer, indeed, the star of so many great Westerns. Well, it so happened that he was coming to England to promote his new film, and I believe it was the sequel to the great Cowpoken film called Cowpoken 2 Electric Boogaloo. I was at Heathrow Airport for hours before his plane finally landed. And when I spotted him coming out of the plane, I noticed he was in fact running out of the plane with a most distressed look upon his face. And now later I found out that the toilets on the aircraft had malfunctioned and Mr. Lancer was hurrying to the nearest loo. Of course, I did not know this at the time. And unfortunately, in my haste and eagerness to meet him, I'm afraid I actually followed him into the restroom, pestering him, whatnot, with compliments and requesting his autograph. Well, he was somewhat understandably perturbed, and he bellowed at me, "Boy, you follow me into the damn shitter? I can't even take a dump in private. Hell, I don't need no help to pinch a loaf. Been doing that on my own since I was at least 25. Whereupon he, and I don't know quite how to tell you this because it is true what I saw him do, I was right there to see it. He was so perturbed that he actually began to fling his feces at me. He did, just like the monkeys at the zoo, I swear to God. Well, of course, this was the most astounding turn of events. What could I do? Well, I like to think that I did the only thing that a civilized human being would do given such an extraordinary situation. And so I flung my own feces back at him. And I had just eaten 10 bran muffins with extra fiber, so let me tell you, I had plenty of ammunition. I got him too, several times, right in the mouth. So what happened later, you might ask? Well, let's just say that Mr. Lancer never gave me shit again. And we'll leave it at that. Well, I see I'm going on at some length here. I may have to leave things there for now, although there are far more controversial stories I could tell you, such as the time I auditioned for the adult film industry. Yes, you see, they wanted me to do 20 push-ups with my penis. Not to brag, but I did 30. And not the girly kind either, let me tell you. You can see the videos on my website if you want proof. I suppose I could tell you about some of the interesting personalities I met in the adult film industry, such as the lovely actress Chesty McKnockers, or the great Mexican-Chinese actor Manuel Hung. Yes, Manuel Hung, he was quite a legend. And there were some actors, you may be interested to know, who started off in porno, but then went legit. One such example, Woody Woodpecker. Started off in porno, went legit. And another fellow you may not know of, because he is so legit, Peter O'Toole. Peter O'Toole, think about it. Started off in porno, went legit, but he was a clever old whore, that one he always was. Oh, but that I go spouting off again. It's sort of like verbal rumpy-pumpy with me once I get started. I really must end it there, my friends. After all, I certainly don't want to blow your minds, or any other part of you for that matter. In closing, let me thank you for ingurgitating my stories. I know the subject matter can get sticky, especially when it's laid on so thick and copiously. You know, I never mean to get in anyone's face or stick my opinions down one's throat, but I will admit that I do find it difficult at times to control my raging, throbbing passions, and all I can do is release that pent-up load into whatever receptacle is convenient, in this case, you. By the way, if you're an attractive young female and you have questions about what you've heard tonight, I am available for personal consults. Let me know and I'll be happy to fill you in, as it were. I'm Dick Cummings, thanks again, and remember, if you're willing to listen, I'm happy to stick it in your ear hole. Good night. Nice. It's a prime Dick, I think.